one of the facilities in Rumah Kopi Ranin where we put our green bean in storage. So this is the storage of green bean, and we get the idea of the storage from the village where the coffee farmers in many places in Indonesia put their harvest. So we put as it is, and we put it here where the customers will passing by and see about how is coffee is started to be processed. So the wall, everything is adapted from the farmers, and we very happy that the idea just come from the farmers, as they already have a very beautiful and also very strong the material as a place to store the green bean. If you want to know, as you see, the lower part is just so the coffee is not directly in the ground, so we have still the air below. It signifies that it reduces the humidity of the green bean. That is the idea. Okay, and the name in Indonesia I adopted from the many different places. We put it name is Lumbung. The other part say they are as Rangkyang, for instance, in West Sumatra. Some people in Bali and Lombok call it as Cineng, and many different name of this warehouse. Okay, let's go inside to see how we put the green bean in the facilities. So when the farmer send their coffee to Rumah Kopi Ranin, they usually put it in the sack, yeah, very like 50 kgs of green bean. They put a plastic wrap inside, so because we avoid to have contamination, whether from the humidity, and sometimes when they do not on the shipping, kind like of oil or gasoline, maybe it get to the green bean, so it can avoid that to be happen. So when we receive, and many different methods of transportation they use. Some they use bus, intercity bus, like the transportation of green bean from North Sumatra, which is can take place for 3 days and 2 nights from North Sumatra, and then other green bean come from Papua. It's require sometimes long way to come, like 2 weeks, because it's transported through the sea, and then some just use the ordinary transportation and expedition. Once they arrive in Rumah Kopi Ranin, and then we will pack it in this size. It's 5 kgs, and then why we put it like this? One is because it can protect from the moisture, because during the night it's we have a lot of humid here, and it's very much influence the water content of the green bean, because we need to put the water content in 12%, and then it also just fit for our machines. So when we want to do a roasting, we just put it like this size on our machine. So the roaster will be very easily handling the green bean. That is more or less the situation in our coffee green bean storage, and we receive from 15 origin, from 15 province and 15 village all over Indonesia. That is about the storage.
Hari ini kita akan merosting Robusta dari Temanggung yang dibawa oleh Pak Yanto, dan akan kita cupping juga hari ini. Untuk pertama kita akan mengukur densitas kopi tersebut. Kita timbang densitas itu tingkat kekerasan kopi. 1 liter berapa gram? Gram kita ukur dulu. Nah, ini densitas kopinya itu 735 Robustanya 735. Ini kan 1 liter ya, 1 liter 735. Nah, kita akan mengisi data di sebelah sini di profil roasting. Ini kita Robusta dari Temanggung. Densitasnya adalah apa tadi Mas? 736 ya. Sorry. Jadi masukkan. Sebelum kita masukkan, kita start dulu ya. Kita memakai artisan.
Coffee is valued by its aroma and taste. So the only way to test or to make a grading of the quality is by doing cupping. I will show you how to do a cupping session. Cupping means how we measure the quality, both in aroma and flavor or taste. At first, we can smell the aroma or the fragrance or the dry aroma of the coffee. You can be like this. So it is very basic and very important and very fundamental. Smell the aroma, because through the dry aroma we can at first know if the coffee is good quality, is fine coffee, or it is a lower grade of coffee. And then in Ranin we develop this measurement of giving the grade of coffee by our forms. Yeah, if you can see this with you. And for the summer course, we don't use this form because it needs someone who is very professionally. I mean, to be able to test the coffee, people needs to do a training. So it's professional, and I do it now with Septian. He is one of the graders in Rumah Kopi Ranin and also the head of barista here. So we can add the touch pakai sendok. Yeah. When I smell the aroma, so I get the aroma of something that is very sweet. Yeah, very sweet, very sweet here. Yeah, and then I got something like what is siri? In English, what is siri in English? In English, siri. Yeah, there's one plant in Indonesia that's called sirih. I don't know how to say it in English. It's very much detected. It's very much intensity is very high. Yeah. 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 And also kind of like chocolate here. We can smell it. So this coffee is, I just got it from a farmers in Temanggung, Central Java. They never sent the coffee here, so it is the first time. So originally when we got the coffee, and the first step is to do a cupping, to know if the farmers do the process of post-harvest properly. And then after doing a cupping, we make some notes. It can be as input to improve the process. After 3 minutes, we can try we sip the coffee. In order to improve the quality of the coffee in the farm level, so we send the notes of the process to the farmers to improve. If they have to need to improve the quality of the way they dry, or if the fermentation process need to be fixed, we send the notes to the farmers. And sometimes we go to the farm. So we as a team from Ranin to go to the farm level, to the village, and we do cupping together. Yeah. The method of doing cupping with the farmers, it's very important for us, because once the farmers can taste the good quality of coffee, and then they are very much encouraged to produce good quality of coffee. So we can start. We don't smell something that is not coffee, like other objects other than coffee. So the first impression, this coffee is very good. Anyar banget nih kopinya. So when we taste this coffee, it's the first impression is the astringency is very high, very much high. Yeah, it signifies that it's just harvesting, so it needs time to resting, for aging, like for 1 month or yeah, minimum 1 month. There's still something like nutty, so it signifies that some beans is not harvested very well, like some, what is it? Not all is red cherry. Yeah, some are still young. It's harvested. The coffee has a potential to be very good. Actually, it can be from the, what do you think? The bitterness is very low, yeah.
Yes, very low bitterness. Sweetness is okay. Then salt acidity, there is no salty in this coffee, and after all, there is some acidity. Maybe it can make this coffee very smooth and no much salts.
Yeah. So this is so the important points that I would like to share with you is that if we talk about sustainability, it does not just from the process of like taking care of the environment, but the most important is also that we should give the excellent taste of coffee. So we have to give a proving evidence that sustainability should taste fine, should taste very good. That's why we do the cupping and then repairing the process, and we always do it. And the small scale farm or the family base level is very potential to produce high quality of coffee. I think this is one of the key how we manage sustainability and working with the small scale farmers.